Hi everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a VOD review. This is actually for Fluffy, and it is a Masters 2 game, which is huge because obviously I know Fluffy's been really working very hard recently. Fluffy managed to get up, I believe it was like to Masters before they did the big reset. Sadly ended up dropping back to like Plat Diamond level, but we have got ourselves back to Masters, which is absolutely insane. I'd love to see it for Fluffy. They are PS5, and they put I was dured with the Widow / Ash. We'll do some overall advice as always. During the VOD you can see me correcting a lot of my positioning. Had to actually switch on my brain. I love it. There was some iffy bits. I was pretty anxious and eager to win, and this was my last win for top 500. That is insane. There was also a wasted Valk as I used it to try and get out. There was also a team fight where I was super confused during it also. Alright, okay, Fluffy. So I guess we're kind of like just look at it. First, I love as well how you've already like, you know, started correcting your positioning, because I believe in the last VOD we talked a lot about positioning, and about how we needed to correct it ever so slightly, so I'm hoping that we end up kind of fixing that today. But if you guys want your own VOD review, would you like your own free Mercy VOD review? I do them live on my Twitch on Sundays at 2 PM in the UK, but don't worry if you can't make that time, as I also do them offline and upload them straight to YouTube as well. They only cost 7,500 Koala Moolah, or channel points as they're probably better known, which you can get completely for free by watching like my streams basically. I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays at around 5:30 PM UK, so be sure to hop on over there, get saving, and you can have your very own VOD either shown live on stream or be done offline and just be posted to YouTube afterwards. For more info, do not be afraid to hop into the stream or come and join the Koala Creek Discord and ask one of my lovely mods over there. The link for that will be in the description. Now, back to the VOD. And yeah, so I guess we'll kind of like just get straight into it. We are using pink today, which is really cute. I do love watching all of the pink VODs. Obviously we did say we were queued with the Widow. But looking at our team comp, we can obviously damage boost the cast when our Widow's rotating, or, you know, if we want to try and stay pushed up with the team, we can just go with our cast. Hog is really good to damage boost for his hooks, and obviously AlphaAli as well. Just a random nade at the beginning. Nice pick off though, with the Widow already. Very nice. Nice pushing up here. Just, this is me being like really nitpicky. If you can, just try to kind of look down and away as we rotate here. The reasoning is because we don't know still if they have a Widow, because we know they got Echo because we killed Echo really early on, but we don't know about who the other one is. It might be a Widow, it might be some other hit scan basically, and we want to try and protect our hitbox. So if you can, try to just look down and away as we cross over here on the just in case, but apart from that, respect the rotation, because obviously your Hog's pushed up to kind of push everyone off this kind of high ground here, but still good. Nice. Don't be afraid to kind of heal these guys up here if you need to, because they're not really attacking anyone right now, because they're not really like you know, engaging in any kind of team fight. Obviously, I love how you go to good damage boost this hook, very nice. But don't be afraid to heal this. The reason why I'm saying this is because you're running this AlphaAli, and right now, are they in range of the pylon? No, because she's not put it down. Okay, so don't worry too much about healing up here while everyone's, you know, I guess AFK-ish kind of thing, because they're not really peeking anything. Love how you go to damage boost this whole hook though. Very nice. Obviously, Laurie's put a pylon down now, which is really nice. Nice. Really good that you keep an eye on these guys. Just if you can, as you're doing it, just kind of flick your thing like this, so you're still looking at your Hog on the just in case. I know you have a Laurie and you have the pylon as well, but sometimes, especially if the D.Va's going to dive on and the Laurie comes in with it and there's Ash Dynamite on top of it, Hog's gonna really struggle, okay? So we just need to kind of like just be using, like, it's really good that obviously, you know, you're looking at your cast and obviously your Widow, because they're your two main blue beams here, but just on the off chance, just keep on looking at your Hog. Also, by doing this, it gives you that awareness, right? Because if we're just kind of stood here just looking directly, how do we know, unless if we hear a sound cue, where the D.Va's going to be coming from, okay? Whereas if we're looking like this and we suddenly see the D.Va wanting to boost towards us, that means that we're already going to be pre-prepared and being able, like, to J all the way kind of like back over to here, or maybe J'ing ourselves more into like this room or something. We just want to try and just make sure that we're kind of like just looking around a little bit more in this kind of scenario, just making sure that we're looking out for, like, for example, this D.Va that might come and dive us. But so good. We're doing really well so far. Keep on going. Nice. They do have a Widow now themselves, so it's double sniper, which means you have to be really cautious. Very nice. Just obviously make this a little bit more direct to this this kind of what's called this cover, because you end up kind of G'ing yourself down. And the reason why I'm being so nitpicky with your positioning on this map is because if you make one bad move or you make one random, what's it called, like bad move into like the open or something like that, your head is off on this map. Like, it is not a forgiving map. Very much like Havana as well. Like, they're not forgiving at all. So if you want to go and help your AlphaAli, drop down underneath the cover. There is no desperate need to drop for your AlphaAli here, though. Why is that? Well, she's got her pylon and she's playing undercover, okay? If the AlphaAli had, like, was over here and didn't have a pylon, then obviously, yeah, go and help her. But because she's kind of doing all right, she doesn't really have that, she's in cover with the pylon. We don't, you know, we're not desperate to be able to go and help her, you know. I would just kind of like stay with the Widow until your hog starts pushing up a little bit more, like for example, Warrior's here. And then we can kind of like just pop the beam onto the AlphaAli if she's still weak and then go push up with these guys. So there's no desperate need to go and heal there, but it's okay to keep on going. I love as well how you keep on going to try and damage boost these things. You're peaking this angle here, okay? Because with this little cancel GA, we want to use this GA if we want to try and stay with our hog and everyone to GA ourselves kind of around here or GA ourselves around here, because we never ever want to be peaking this section here at all as Mercy, because obviously we don't know if the Widow's just going to peek up here, if the Ash is going to peek up here, and if we're just out in the open as we are, pew pew, your head's gone, okay? So just kind of be a little bit more strict to your positioning here. Go and play behind one of these barriers. Be really, really cautious up here. Or go and play in this room. All right, we keep it going though. Nice peel for Widow. As soon as she kind of backs off though, because the D.Va is obviously being contested, go and damage boost the hog. We don't want these guys to be able to heal up the D.Va at all and you know she survives kind of thing. So as soon as we know that she stopped diving the Widow, go straight to damage boosting your hog to be able to eliminate her a little bit sooner. Was it good? Nice damage boost at the end there. Nice. Nice positioning here. Nice. Unfortunately, you end up on the cart. You don't need to, yeah, it kind of like stays stationary for a second. So what you can do is you can kind of push up with these guys for a second if you know, you feel like you want to help out a little bit more. And then obviously you end up on the cart. I'm hoping your Alara is going to go on it. I'm not going to lie to you. If this was me, and this is going to be me being like really petty, I would just walk off the payload. As Mercy, you should hardly ever be on the payload. This is Alari's job to push this payload right now, or your Cass, okay? You want to be pushed up with this Widow, trying to get early pickoffs. You want to try and stay pushed up with your hog as well. So what I would do with that G8, I would just G8 up and be like, bam, I'm gone. I ain't pushing this payload. Because you'll get so much more value if you are pushed up. But that's just me being like really petty and just like not want to stay on the payload. But it's all good to keep on going. Nice, you end up going forward now, which is really, really great. Nice. Obviously, doing absolute right thing here. Obviously, just playing behind this piece of cover. Not too much you can really do right now because your Widow's kind of like just destroying everyone, which is great. Just don't G up here. Is there any reason for you to push up here to be able to peek this? No. Because you have this little window here. If you didn't know, you can see through these two like little windows. This one, not so much. This one, you can see a lot better. So we don't actually need to G ourselves up at all here. We can literally stay on the ground and just kind of peek through this little window like, hello, like this kind of thing. A pylon position questionable. I had to extend for my Sig a few times due to her awful pylons. Alright, I guess we'll kind of just keep on looking. They've been okay for now. Like this one, hold on. This one right now is really good. This one right now is really, really good. But it might be a little bit later on, but it's all good. Back. Keep it going. Nice. Don't be afraid here. Just kind of push up to go and help with the hog 1v1. Because what's going to happen here is with the hog being pushed forward, your Widow is going to be looking for shots on their backline, basically. So we can like maybe try and go and help the hog out a little bit to be able to eliminate their hog. So it means that they're not going to be able to get a recon test. All right, we keep it going. Nice, I was pushing up with your Widow. Your Widow's just annihilating everyone, man. Heal up your hog here. Yeah, you need, as you're kind of rotating here, make sure you get your beam onto your hog so you can be healing up your hog as you're rotating. The reason is because obviously AlphaAli can't put her pylon down yet because she was the one that was kind of helping push the point with the cast, and she already had her pylon kind of like backed off, so she's gonna have to wait for time for it to, obviously, you know, for her to break it and then put it back up again. So we need to just try and make sure that we're helping our hog out here a little bit more before we go and damage boost our Widow. Nice. Oh, dude, I keep on clicking that button back, so I need to stop. But so good. Nice. Nice backing off here as well. I was really scared that you were just gonna like end up just standing there with the Widow, but love how you decided to play one step back, playing back. Very, very nice. They do have a Genji now, so obviously we expect our Widow to be dove a little bit more. Nothing you could do there. That's just an insane kind of, what's it called? Nice. It's just a very, very good kind of team play. We know Hog's underneath us, so we just gotta be careful. Nice. We need to sling ourselves. I would have slinged myself a lot sooner, by the way, than what you have done. The reasoning is because we don't want to be hanging out in this room, because not only could this Hog come up to us, but also, like, you know, other people can just casually come and flank to us. It's better if we can rotate ourselves a little bit sooner and rotate over to this side, because then it means that, we know, this is kind of like our side's safety, I guess, isn't it? Because obviously our team are all like really, really safe over here. So just kind of make sure that we're rotating to here a little bit sooner than what you are doing, just so we don't end up kind of being taken out by like a random hook by the Hog coming up to us. All right, we keep it going though. Widow ends again hooked though. What can you do about it, unfortunately? He's gonna look for another hook as well onto your AlphaAli in a second. Nice. Nice dropping for your hog. Make sure when you're doing this, you're trying to keep your beam onto your hog if you can as you're doing this rotation. Just once again, just try and keep him up. Nice. We have Ash now. Oh. Just finish that off as a sling so we can go for the res straight away. Nice res though. Nice. Go and help your Cass. Yeah, we need, instead of going with the AlphaAli here, we need to help our Cass, okay? We've lost out on the opportunity to be able to go for the damage boost on the initial, whatever her ult's called, I can't remember. So, hold on, I'll rewind it. So we res, right? She's already gone with her little kapoo thing, right? So that means we cannot help her now, you know, like, well, I mean, we can damage boost her, but obviously the initial big damage boost of the ult is gone, okay? So what is better for us to do right now? Is it better to attempt to go for kills with our AlphaAli here? In, like, you know, in the spawn where there's, like, the AlphaAli and the Ashe already kind of, like, here? Or should we go and help our Cass right now? Okay, we need to go and help our Cass that are going with the AlphaAli, okay? We've lost opportunities to go for the ult. Is what it is, okay? Because obviously we were rezzing. I feel like that's definitely more important to do in that scenario. That was the correct decision for you to do. But it's this bit here. We need to try and make sure that we're trying to keep our Cass up at minimum. Because if the Cass ends up falling to the 1v1 and you're healing him, that's on him. And you can also use your AlphaAli, who'll be flying about in the sky probably still. We can use her to get back, or we can use our newly rezzed Ashe to get back as well. But it's better if we kind of make the attempt to try and keep him up, rather than just leaving him and just going with the AlphaAli being like, yippee, you know. So, if we can, try to go and help our Cass here, because we need to try and keep him up against this Genji, instead of going with the AlphaAli here. Nice. So we know where Genji is now. Very, very nice. Nice GA away. We don't need to Valkyrie. I have duo syndrome. A little bit fluffy. I will say it's not bad duo syndrome though, right? Because a lot of the time, like, I will just see Mercy's just completely attached to the Ashe, and that's only their Ashe, okay? I feel like it's not as bad because you are still trying to enable other people, you know. I've seen you go and help your hog. I've seen you go and, like, you know, do other bits and pieces. So it's not bad duo syndrome. You have it a tiny bit, I will be honest. But that's just because your Ashe is doing a lot just in general as it is, okay? So it doesn't really matter too much. Just, you know, making sure that we're still paying attention to the rest of our team and what they're doing and not just fully on our kind of duo. Whenever I'm duoing with someone, right, I like to go into a game and just think to myself, okay, what are they going to play? If they're going to play something like an Ashe, I just think to them as just a general main blue beam target. There's some random person that's got onto my team and they're just my main blue beam target. End of, okay? Obviously, if they pick something like Genji and I've got an Ashe, then, you know, maybe I might balance the beams a tiny bit between them. But I'm not going to give them, like, special treatment, which I know feels really bad for, like, anyone that does duo with me. But, you know, I'm not going to sit there. You know, for example, I queue with Zelda's quite a bit, right? There are so many times where I will go and blue beam the other DPS over Zeldris because he'll go and pick something that either isn't a good main blue beam target or it's obviously just better to go and help enable the like all of your team rather than just like one singular person. Yeah, most swings do also look really, really pretty here. But yeah, we just back to kind of what we're talking about. We don't want to Valk here. Why are we Valking here? Okay, we're currently at the moment, we're playing kind of a bit passively, right? The reason why we're playing passively is for two reasons. The first one is that our Hog is antied. Our Hog anti-nated by the Honor, and he's, you know, he's going to be really, really weak. Can we do anything for that Hog right now? No. The second thing is we're waiting for our Cass to be able to come out of spawn, okay? Because obviously, you know, he ended up dying to the Genji. We still have a Genji behind us as well, but, you know, we're fine with the Genji because we know where he is. We did a really good GA buddy hop onto these stairs, so it means we're out of LOS of the Hulk hook, so out of range even from the Hulk hook, and we're out of LOS from the Genji, okay? So all I would just do here is I would just maybe do like a big like GA in and out, maybe a GA off to the side if you like desperately need to, basically, just to be able to kind of help your Hog. But we don't need to Valkyrie here because, you know, there's no need for our extended beams. Our team are not going to push in when our Hog's antied and we're down. We're down our Cass as well. So yeah, we just don't need to be, what's it called? We don't need to be kind of pushing in here as you have done with this Valk, okay? Save this Valk for when your Cass gets back and then we can push in. All right, we keep it going though. We're going to see what ends up happening here. Obviously, you do end up healing it up quite well, which is good. Ult ends up coming for him. Nice damage boost. Obviously going with your Ashe. I can hear someone coming up the stairs. Nice. Just make sure we're not G'ing to the stairs when you can hear someone on the stairs. I could hear the Alari on the stairs then. So just make sure that we're not kind of just G'ing ourselves to like onto the stairs a bit too soon. You know, we don't need to, but it's all good. Nice. I can hear another person like near the stairs. I think it's just the Genji below, though, to be honest. Nice. Goes to damage boost your Cass as he drops down from the high ground here, because you with the damage boost means he can charge up a little bit quicker and he might, you know, he might get rid of people really, really quickly. But with that though, Fluffy, a really, really great, like, first round, to be honest. I don't really have too many issues, just apart from kind of the bits that I spoke about, kind of as we were going through, just like tiny little bits of positioning, make sure we're like a little bit more focused on like what the rest of our team are doing. But other than that, really, really great so far. It's all good. We keep it going. But we keep it going. Obviously, nice positioning here. As I keep on saying, with all the VODs I do on Circuit Royale, use this piece, like, use these, not, like, this balcony mainly, don't use these two are not the best. Use this balcony to your advantage whenever your, you know, your team are kind of holding up this, like, up close, basically. Because what will happen is your Widow will go through P-picks and then go back up onto that high ground. So, yes, utilize this. So, it's such a good piece of high ground. I think at this point, my Ashe had like 16 kills. My Cass had 4 or 5. That's because, you know, on the second point, your Widow just absolutely just piled it down, okay? And your Cass hasn't really had too much of an opportunity, to be honest. Because your Widow has just been kind of just killing everyone. But it's so good to keep it going. Nice rotation back. Nice position. Very, very nice. I love how you just didn't panic here. You were literally just like, oh no, Sombra! And you just like quickly like flicked in front and just kind of like played still within the range of the pylon. Beautiful. Absolutely no panic in there. Loved how you played all that, basically. my main thing is don't force yourself to play in this room, though, to be honest. Because is there any kind of need for you to play in this room? Like, yeah, okay, it's a good piece of cover and stuff like that. But in reality, okay, if we have, for example, an Echo that's spamming in bullets into this room, wouldn't it be harder for the Echo to hit us if we were kind of like just doing little cancel Gs, kind of like back here? Or if we instead decide to position ourselves like back here, because the beam can reach throughout this entire like piece of high ground. So don't force yourself to stay in that room. My second reason for this as well is because your other support is in that room. The reasoning is because if your second support is in this room, it's going to make it a really high target for the enemy team to come and focus this room. Because, it's like, oh, both supports are in there, and they'll, like, they'll start shooting. You want to try, when you're playing with your second support, to be able to kind of, like, play, not massively split, but you want to try and make sure that you're keeping a good distance from you guys, so people can't just shoot, like, one bullet and it hits both of you guys, you want to try and make sure that both of you are surviving really, really well. I just felt unsafe in that room. I hate this room. I will stand on, like, a little, like, I don't know, podium and just sit here and explain to you guys how much I dislike this little room, and I hate it. I really hate using it in game as well. Like, the only reason why I use it in game is if I desperately have to use it. But if not, I'm playing over here by these parasols, because like you can like just sit here and vibe. I'm playing crouched on these stairs, or I'm doing like GA cancels like around this side here. It just really just depends on obviously where the enemy team are. But there was a Sombra behind. I knew that she was there. Yeah, true. But even then, like we can still kind of just play on here. Because what will happen is, remember, you're gonna, what's it called? Remember that you're the Sombra can come up to you, right? But we're gonna have a team to be able to support us if the Sombra decides to come for us as well, remember. Because we have this duo of the Widow, so we're like, hey, like, Widow. And you can very much kind of like sit and crouch spam and then G ourselves into here, basically into this room where the AlphaAli can help us. So we can kind of like just bait out the hack if we want to. But I understand why you want to kind of like play in that room because of the Sombra as well. So good, we keep on going. Nice. Make sure we're helping out AlphaAli there. As soon as we see the AlphaAli get the stickies, we need to make sure that we're healing we're healing up our AlphaAli as we're doing so. Get your beam off that Sombra as soon as possible if you can. Okay, you've done this twice now. We don't need to GA to our Widow when she grapples up, okay? Because what's gonna do, what your Widow's gonna do is she's gonna go up, be really aggressive, and she's gonna go up and just try and look for a shot and come down, okay? All we need to do as Mercy here is just keep the blue beam on her, okay? We don't need to G up to her because the beam is not going to have enough time to be able to disconnect with the grapple. It's the same with an Ash coach gun. It's not going to have enough time, okay? So don't put yourself in that horrible situation. And don't waste your GA just doing this random, what's it called, G to the grapple, right? Because what was said to happen, right, if the Sigma, so let's say the Sigma's not here, right? And this team is pushing onto you guys. Widow's gone for a risky grapple shot just to be able to try and like get a pick to be able to slow it down a bit. And she's died, okay? We've used our GA and now suddenly we're just kind of like stuck here. However, if we kind of like just sit here, allow the Widow to grapple, we don't use our GA. Oh no! Widow's lost her little whatever she was doing. GA. Okay. There's no need for us to do these like risky GAs up with the Widow, okay? Just allow your Widow to peek. Just keep that beam on her as she's doing so. Don't bother healing her unless if she's like getting close to like the groundish level because, she's going for a risky play. Keep that blue beam on her. Alright, we keep on going though. Nice peel for your Sombra. Nice. Make that more direct as this piece of cover, by the way. Don't just kind of like GA wander, okay? You just do that as a quick G buddy hop into this kind of piece of cover here. We don't want to be kind of playing up close with these guys. So nice positioning here. Just get here, like, once again, a little bit quicker, a little bit sooner. Nice. So we know where Sombra is now, so we don't need to be too thingy. I don't like how many times you've peeked this angle. You've peeked this angle 1, 2, 3 times, okay? Before we decide to rotate round. We don't want to be sat here peeking 1, 2, 3 times, okay? Yes, their echo is gone, which is going to be the main kind of, you know, thing for us to, you know, die to. Obviously, D.Va has already used her boosters and is already, like, kind of, like, back here, so she's not in range. But there is one really deadly thing that can still get us here. And that's an honest sleep dart, okay? We do not want to be sitting here jiggle peeking like this because it opens up such a big angle onto the cart when we don't need to. Instead, as soon as we know our Widow has rotated round to here, get your beam on her and do a, like, wall bounce to get yourself kind of back and away, and then you can then use your next GA to rotate yourself over to here, or you can kind of like just walk across as well, just because you are like kind of like safe over here basically. The reason is because we're staying out of LOS of these guys. We're not peeking that same angle every single time when we don't need to. We're instead walking ourselves around. We can sit and damage boost our Widow. And we can also maybe go and hop in and out now with our Sigma, just to try and help him. Because, once again, us, if we need to try and help our Sigma and we GA through like this, that's going to be really, really big of an issue, isn't it, right? So just, if we can, don't be peeking this. If you think the angle is too risky to peek it and you feel like you're going to die, don't peek it and just do it like a rotation. Even if you just walk it around, it's a lot safer. All right, we keep on going though. Nice. I'd push up here. Push up to your Sigma here. We know that the D.Va was quite weak when she was in her Nano. So we want to try just because the reason why as well why we know that the D.Va was quite weak in Nano is the reason because she doesn't end up diving anyone. If D.Va was full HP here and she had that Nano, she's coming for your like Widow straight away, okay? The only reason why she didn't do it was because of how weak that she probably would have been, okay? That's even without obviously myself looking at the health bars, okay? We know that she's gonna be weak, okay? So what do we do here? We push forward. Push forward, use this GA, instead of just going up to go and play with your Widow again, use your GA to push up with the Sigma, because we want to try and maybe go and take out one of these guys as they're getting out. If we take out one of these guys as they're getting out, they're just going to have to wait even longer for that person to respawn and have like another good team fight, okay? So just once again, push up and go and help your team a little bit more than what you're doing here. Nice rotation, obviously, to the barrier. Nice. Back off earlier here. The reason why I'm saying back off earlier here is because they use Valk. You know, as a Mercy, they're going to use Valk to try and engage, okay? So we do not want to be stood this far up when we know they're going to engage, okay? So as soon as they pop that Valk, what I would be doing is I would be J'ing myself kind of behind, either behind this kind of like statue here or like even to this kind of barrier here if I can. Obviously it depends on like how your Widow's position, whether your Widow started backing off or not, but we just want to be pre-prepared for this dive, okay? Because what's going to happen, most are going to Valk, D.Va's going to dive in, Echo has her duplicate as well because she's done a lot of damage recently, and obviously she's not used her what's it called? She's not used her ult yet, so I'd also be looking for a copy as well. We just want to try and make sure that we're as far back as we can and just get ourselves back a little bit sooner than what we do. Alright, we keep on going though. Nice heals here though. Nice. Sorry, hold on. I need to know what happened to your Sombra. What happened to your poor Sombra? Oh, yeah, okay. Your poor Sombra. Bless. Okay, well, we'll go back to what you were doing though. And we end up doing these 2G cancels in the open, okay? If we want to try and go help our AlphaAli, make sure that we're doing this really far, like, pushed up, okay? The reason why I want to do this pushed up is because she's trying to take this 1v1 with, the Echo AlphaAli wants to also try and, like, play out of LOS here. So push up to this statue here. And then if we feel like that she's done a lot of damage, like if you feel like the Alari's done quite a bit of damage, and then it means, you know, that she's going to have her ult, then we have our Widow ready to back off to before that even happens, alright? But nice, obviously, you know, staying with your Alari, just make sure that we're, make sure that we've still got some good positioning as we do so. Nice, helping with the ult though, very, very nice. Oh. We stayed with the ult too long, though. We stayed with the ult too long. Let's talk about it. So we talked about obviously all the position with this. As soon as you had damage boosted this first bit, I would be thinking, oh my goodness, my Sigma, and I would be looking to try and get to my Sigma first. The reasoning is because obviously they have no tank because obviously the D.Va's only just been rezzed, so she can't attack you when obviously she's remeching, so it'll give you time to go with the Sigma, and we also have a really good piece of cover here that we can go to. Okay. So damage boost the start of the ult and then go straight to go and healing your Sigma here. Because I love how you start off by, like helping damage boost. But the pylons over here from obviously the AlphaAli trying to take the 1v1 with their AlphaAli. So obviously that's where the pylon's going to be. So we need to try and make sure that we're pushed up with the Sigma. For the process of this res, I was D.Va. D.Va was dead, so it was saved, but I didn't see the res. No, it's alright. But I feel like we should have definitely gone in to go and help the Sigma first, rather than just going in for a res, because as soon as he dies, it's very much kind of like a lost team fight for you guys, because obviously Sombra travels off the map. And if our Sigma dies, it's gonna make it very easy for our AlphaAli to get picked off, and then you and the Widow and everything. So just make sure that we're kind of pushing up to go and help the Sigma first. I like the initial, obviously, damage boosters help with like the start of the ult. So this is really, really great from you, and I really love this. Just as soon as that's done, or even as she's doing the ult, sling yourself forward to try and help your Sigma. Be proactive in trying to help the Sigma rather than reactive and think, oh no, like he's fallen, which is what you kind of end up doing. You kind of like realize that, like, oh, because he's like hacks and like one, and then you end up kind of like going and then doing the res. The res just end up going off, which is good though. I'm gonna see what this ends up doing, because he has ended up lost his other AlphaAli, so I don't think, unfortunately, you end up winning this out, but it's a good stall, at least. But yeah, just make sure we're looking out for our Sigma a little bit more than what we did, okay? Because our AlphaAli cannot help the Sigma there due to how she's positioned, so we just have to be the one to help. Nice peel for your Widow here, though. When did we use Valk? Sorry, have I just completely missed Valk? Oh, we did we try to use Valk after the res? I was like trying to think, like, when did we use Valk? Yeah, no, it's all good. We keep it going then. Sorry, I was just me being curious at where the Valk was. But it's okay, keep going. Valk is probably like the worst support ultimate anyways, so. Nice. Love how you go to damage boost as soon as you know she's gonna shoot rather than heal up to full. My other thing is you want to try and, once again, you want to try and kind of hop in to go and help these guys if you can. You can still keep your beam onto your Widow while you're still G'ing through to go and help these guys. So just make sure that we're just doing that, because we do want to try and make sure that the contested is okay. The main person we do want to try and keep up, though, is our Sombra. If we can keep up our Sombra, then we have an EMP and we have like a free fight basically for us. So we just want to try and make sure that we just, go in and help these guys a little bit sooner, especially for our Sombra. All right, we keep going though. Nice. Really good picks off. Once again, push up with your Sigma here. Try and look for some pickups a little bit more. We just want to try and make sure that we've got our beam on whoever is doing the damage. And yes, I know that your Widow's doing an insane amount of damage. Don't get me wrong. But just, if we can, try to make sure that we're also damage boosting like our Sigma and stuff like that when the Widow's rotating or whether she's out of LOS. We're still putting our beams onto other people if we can. Alright, we keep on going though. Nice. So I know they're gonna have EMP at this point. Don't be afraid to push up, to stay like kind of like with your Widow here and push up with her. We know that we have people to rotate back to, and she also has a grapple to be able to rotate back to. So there's no like desperate need for us to be kind of like backed off as far. Yes, they have Sombra, but she's not really gonna be looking for hacks. She's gonna be more of like looking for an EMP basically. So just kind of like keep yourself crouched here. Play with the Widow here, and then if we feel like the Sombra's gonna go hacker, or if we feel like we need to back out, we have our team to back out with, okay? So don't be afraid to be aggressive here and kind of like just crouch down here. Alright, but keep it going though. That's what you end up doing, which is really, really great. Nice. Someone's on point. I hope someone realizes that. Hope someone realizes that. Oh, bless. Okay, I'm gonna see what you end up doing, though. That's not on you, by the way. That's on your team. Because obviously you and Widow are the ones that are kind of like, you know, pushed up, like, trying to get the picks. That should be your Sombra or your AlphaAli looking out for this. That's not on you whatsoever. That's just your team's fault. That's fine. So we know they're probably going to start switching to second spawn here now. So obviously start backing off a little bit. Nice. My other thing is just look once here just to check where your team are, okay? We want to try and look back and look once just to try and see where our team are. So if our Widow ends up getting obviously like rolled in a second, we have an escape route and we know where we need to go, okay? So just if you can, try just to kind of like stay with the Widow, play here, and just kind of just do it ever so slightly, like a little look every once in a while, just to check where our team are so we know we can back off on the just in case the Widow ends up falling, alright? Now she's going to use her grapple so we can just GA ourselves back up, which is really, really great. Very, very nice. Nice. We know where Sombra is. Don't worry too much about, like, staying, like, you know, pinging where the Sombra was, okay? Because your team are going to kind of know where the Sombra is, but also it is better that you try and keep yourself alive rather than, you know, giving your team stuff like this, okay? If we want to try and tell this team where the Sombra is, we need to say it in voice or ping it after we've rotated, okay? Because we want to make sure that we're safe before we, you know, take time to go for a ping like this, okay? So if we can, try just to rotate ourselves back out and then go and ping it. Because I love how you do want to give info. Oh yeah, I was about to say body block it, but you guys are kind of getting rolled anyways. But yeah, just, you know, try if you can just to kind of ping it afterwards. Should have meleeed her? You could have done, but at the same time, you would have just fallen as well, and the Mercy would have just rezzed, so... You could have done. Alright, we have this as a cast now, which means we can kind of play with our team a little bit better, because obviously the cast can kind of, like, maintain himself a lot more, which is nice. But nice. We're still waiting on our EMP, and they're also still got their EMP. Same thing again, be pushed up a little bit closer here, like be playing, kind of like where the pylon is, like play here. The reason is because it then means that we can go and damage boost, like for example, the Sigma Rock. With the Sigma Rock and with its buff, this, like Sigma's Rock does so much damage now, right? So it went up from like whatever stupid ridiculous amount it was to another stupid ridiculous amount of like damage. So you applying that blue beam to it can not one-shot someone, but it can do a considerable amount of damage to someone if they get rocked, okay? So just kind of play pushed up here and play here. The reason that's why I'm saying play here is if Sombra goes to EMP, then we can kind of like just, you know, like play our cover and just go here basically. Alright, we keep on going though. It was 18, now it's 120, yeah. So it like, damage boosted, that's an extra 25%, which is what? What's 25% of 120? Quick maths. 30, it's an extra 30 damage, so that's 150. That is over half of someone's health gone if it's damage boosted. Right? That is insane. That's just an insane amount of damage. So pretty much if he rocks someone and then just at least at minimum one person follows up on that damage, that's an easy free pick and gone. Unless obviously it's on the tank, then, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, damage boost, you'll see my rocks, girlies, okay? But we keep on going. That's what I'm saying by playing tighter on this wall, by the way. When the EMP comes out, we can avoid the EMP by being a little bit tighter onto this wall than what we were, but it's fine. Obviously, we're playing in cover anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much, but it's all good. We just want to try and make sure that we're keeping people up here. Okay. I like this Valk. I like this Valk. I don't like what you did with the Valk though. Okay, let's quickly rewind it because I like your reasoning with this Valk. So, obviously we end up getting picked off. We realized that a lot of people are quite weak, so we put Valk. Fair enough. Very, very nice. Don't fly to points yet though. Okay, we don't need to be going to points just yet. Okay, because points still has all of this progress. And Sombra's going to go contest it because we know that Sombra still hasn't used her EMP, okay? So what we want to do here is we just want to vibe. We want to sit back here, vibe, keep these guys up, and just kind of be keep an eye on your Sombra. Because then as soon as your Sombra goes for the EMP, obviously you can't damage boost the initial EMP anymore, but she will do a considerable amount of damage to a lot of people, and then we'll start focusing some person. If she focuses one person with that damage boost, bam, they're gone, okay? So if you can, try just kind of like just play back, play safe, maybe play above the Kitsune like this, because obviously your team are going to be really focused on these other people. Use your Valk up here, and then as soon as the Sombra EMPs, then we can go in and engage with our Sombra, and then we can maybe use the Ren at the end of our Valk or something to be able to stall it out, and hopefully your team will survive by that, basically. But my kind of like biggest thing here is we don't need to go onto the point and take as much stuff as we did, okay? The point still has all of this space that we can to be able to, go forward. So there's absolutely no desperate need for us to go into point here. All right, we keep it going, though. We end up backing out, which is really great. Unfortunately, Sombra ends up falling as she's done so. Is what it is. Nice. Beam's got a little bit messy here. Let's talk about this. And I think it's because we played passive for a little bit too long. So all this is fine. I respect that you go to heal your Sigma rather than going for the Alari ult, because obviously we want to try and keep it Sigma. Sigma's really close to Flux as well, which is another really game-changer ultimate in case we, need it. So I respect that you go and do this. Love how you do the bunny hop. However, with you doing the bunny hop, that means that your GA is back on cooldown really quickly. And then that means we can then go and maybe try and follow up on to this damage, or even just kind of position ourselves in a better piece of positioning. Because right now, if this cast turns around, pew pew, your head's gone, okay? So if we can, try just to go back to this kind of pillar or go to some other piece of cover, like around here, to be able to keep ourselves safe. I would go over to this pillar personally myself because it means that I'm close to these guys and I can also still get my beam onto the Sigma, okay? So use this next GA, which is now, to rotate, and we can get up to, as we're rotating, we can heal Sigma, we can then heal Alari as we get to it, so we can keep our Alari up, alright? So we just need to play this a little bit quicker right now. Nice. Just once again, do this as a GA around here so we're not just stood out in the open like this. And then also us playing here, it makes it easier for us to get our beam onto our cast. Because what ends up happening here is we end up kind of just struggling to get our beam onto the cast because obviously the Sigma's in the way, Alari's in the way. However, if we're playing over here, then it means, oh look, I can peek my cast really easily like this, okay? So we just want to try and just make sure that we're kind of playing so we can peek it like this. Alright, we keep it going though. We'll see what ends up happening here. Same thing again, we're still out in the open. If we need cover here, G yourself onto this this roof here, because you can kind of I just stand here like 11. I saw the lemon. But yeah, no, if we need to try and get out here, go onto this roof or something over here, or G yourself back to your team, I recommend the roof here because obviously your Lori's not going to be here to come and help you, and there's more cover here if you go over to here. So G over to the roof here, and while you're helping out with the Flux, instead of just going vertically up in the air. Nice, but you guys end up kind of, what's called, keeping it up, which is really great. Don't worry about your Sombra there. I respect you trying to go in, but that's on her. Nice damage boost on her, though. Nice. Very nice res. Ah! Wait, I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong button again. I wanted to put away the menu. I liked your decision making about all this, though. Very nice. Okay. We don't, I know that you want to try and body block for your cast here, but there's no desperate need until it gets towards the later half of the what's called, of the thing. The reason is because who is shooting at your cast right now? It's only the D.Va, and the D.Va is currently DMing, okay? Where's the rest of the team? Well, the rest of the team are backed off out of LOS. Nobody's shooting this, this cast right now, so there's no need for you to body block. We can literally just play our lives, play our safety here, rather than trying to, go into body block, because there's no desperate need for us to. It's not like he's popping it to try and win a 1v1 with someone. He's popping it to zone people, and we don't need to. All right, we keep it going though. Laurie sadly Sadly falls, your Sombra's gone as well, which isn't great. Keep your what's it called? Your Sigma up here if you can a little bit more than your cast. The reason is because we just, at this point, like, the team fight's lost. We've lost this team fight, is what it is. But we want to try and make sure that we're kind of, what's it called? We just want to try and make sure that we're keeping this cart stalled as long as possible at this point now. Like, this team fight's lost. We've lost 2 to, obviously, D.Va, like, Bomb and Remech, okay? So this isn't winnable anymore. But we want to try and make sure that their time back is going to be as low as possible for either, like, their next attack or, you know, if they do end up making it all the way, then, yeah, their next attack, basically. So, yeah, just kind of keep your Sigma up a little bit longer here for the stall, and then we can then back off with our cast. But it's okay, we keep going. Nice. Get your pistol out here. Yeah, nice. Nice. Just get yourself in here a little bit sooner, though, just to be able, you know, so they don't stagger you, and just get your Glock out a little bit sooner so we can build up our Valk. Love how you end up doing that, though. But it's okay, we keep it going. I want Ashe now as well. Obviously, Ashe is 10 times better on this third point, because obviously, you know, Ashe can utilize the high grounds a lot more than what Cass can. So it's all good. Nasty, your ult's ready as well. Unfortunately, it's only your ult. Nice. Just same thing again. We need to drop forward to go and help our Sigma a little bit sooner than what we did here. I know that you want to try and help your Ashe out as much as possible, but, you know, Alari's not going to have her pylon up yet because she was still rotating with you and the Ashe. So there's nobody to help the Sigma right now, okay? So we need to try and just make sure that we're going forward to go and help our Sigma as quick as possible here, and then go and help our Ashe, alright? Damage boost the rock as well. Nice heals. I respect this Valk. I respect this Valk because obviously a lot of people were quite weak and everything. So yeah, I was watching her Alari, her pylon location on the floor. I mean, to be fair, the reason why she does it on the floor, I think it was just a panic thing, right? Because what happened is she's currently respawning with you and Ashe. We've rotated up here, and then suddenly she's panicked because the Sigma's really, really weak, and, you know, she wants to try and save him. Yes, she could have put it on the wall. I don't know why she has to, you know, chuck it on the floor for whatever reason. But it's just kind of like, I think of it just a panic thing, just to be able to try and help him. But we also need to try and help, we also need to try and help him there and go and heal him. Alright, but keep it going though. Once again, you know, I respect this Valk. So we want to try and keep everyone stabilized. Nice damage boost here, I will say. I like all this. With this res, make sure it's behind this pillar, okay? Remember, when we're using our super jump reses, it's all good that it looks all pretty and really, really cute and everything, but if we're doing a super jump res, we need to make sure that we have something to go up to, okay? Unfortunately, with where the Alari is, it's not going to be at the right, because this is going to be too high up for us to get this res off, right? So where is the next safest way that we can do this res? And I know that you want to get this res off. Why do you want to get this res off? Because we have Alari ult. Alari ult is an insane ult to be able just to close this all out, basically. Okay, so if you can, instead of you doing just a super jump res up like this, because you were like over here, instead start like just do a GA cancel and just pull the res over here. The reason is because it's going to take more time for your D.Va to be able to come and dive you, because, you know, you're using that piece of cover, and also because you've used a GA cancel, it means that your GA is ready as soon as it's happened. Oh look, bye D.Va, ba-doom, and you're away. You've got the ult off, you've managed to escape, and you've kept yourself alive. Because I'm gonna bet that you end up, you end up dying to this D.Va now, unfortunately, because we go for a super jump res, okay? Instead, look for a safer version of the res if you can, and do that. If we can't do the J cancel, by the way, you can do, like, obviously, like, a little bit of a flick up and then use the pillar, but obviously then we have to wait a second, and we have to play, like, a little, like, ring around the roses, the pillar, with D.Va for a second, so we can, get it out. But yeah, just if you can, make sure that we're doing this as, like, the safest possible if you can. Alright, but keep it going, though. You actually do end up making it out, which is insane. But just, if we can, try to make it a little bit more of a safer one. I don't die. How do you not die here? Can I ask? You got 18 HP, and obviously everyone kind of goes to go and focus down the D.Va. And obviously the melee gets her as well. That's actually kind of insane. But yeah, we don't want to risk it if we can. The melee was really good, actually. But just, yeah, make sure that we're resing in safety rather than doing a super jump if we can. But it's all good. Okay, so coming up to kind of like pretty much last team fight, we have to think obviously what they're going to have. Obviously, we know that they used Copy last team fight, they used Kitsune, and they used EMP as well last team fight. So what's going to be the next one that's going to be coming up? Okay, we haven't used Bomb in a while, and we've also, you know, they've not used Valk in a while, because you and Mercy were very even on Valks up until this team fight. So, you know, we're now going to have Valk to engage and probably have D.Va as well to engage. Also, however, we have pretty much all of our ultimates apart from your Valk, which is really, really great for you guys to be able to hold on to this, alright? So, what can we damage boost here? Obviously, we can damage boost Alariel, we can damage Sigma Flux. What's probably going to happen is Sombra's going to EMP and then going to combo it with one of these, probably. And then Bob is obviously really, really great just to kind of chuck in there, basically. You watch what's happening. I knew she was low, so I could see the Sigma hitting her, so the sport is backing off, so I just punched her. Fair enough. Fair enough then, Fluffy. Nice, already pre-backing off. Nice. Just once again, make sure that we're playing our cover as we're backing off here. Like, you know, we can do these, like, little mini slings to get ourselves behind these pillars, just so we're not kind of just stood out in the open like this, basically, while they're pushing up to us, because it looks like everyone's pushing up on this far side with us. Can't do anything for Sigma, just because he's being way too aggressive. Resis on the ground. I know Super Jet Res is really, really cute, but Resis on the ground. The reason is because obviously we know that they drop main and us kind of doing it up in the air. Let's say the Echo's currently mid-flight, and you know, you're gone basically, okay? If we need to do this res, just kind of do it around as much safety as you can and then carry on, alright? Keep it going. Oh! Oh, that is so close. I would have just I would have just done that as a sling into this room, by the way, instead of you just like, because I feel like you end up cheating to it and they're going ah, and then like coming behind this like tiniest little piece of cover. Okay, as soon as we see that bomb, use our Sigma to do a sling to get ourselves kind of out here. Wait for the bomb to finish, and then we can also like go and like try and help these guys or something. I respect that you're going in to go and help the Sigma though, because we desperately need to. You know, to try and like keep this contest alive. So I love how you're going in to do that. But yeah, just if you can, try just to do it as a sling out instead of you just kind of like, ah, then go behind this piece of cover. But it's all good. Keep going. Nice rotation. Sirius Sigma's a little bit healthier here. Just go to damage boost because Pylon's here to try and like help it. Nice. And that's pretty much going to be it, I think. And yeah. Okay, so I didn't expect the bomb, and my Laurie just left the sig again. So with bomb, obviously, we know that D.Va's gonna have bomb because she's not used it recently. Because obviously, if we look at last team fight, we know that they use like a lot of their ultimates, but one of them wasn't bomb. So we can suggest that D.Va's gonna have bomb for whenever she's gonna get remix, basically. So whenever she gets weak. So whenever D.Va gets weak, she's gonna use bomb to remix. We just want to make sure that we're kind of ready for that, basically. But with that though, Fluffy, a really, really good VOD, okay? It's definitely, like, to me, that you've improved a lot as your Mercy, which is really, really great, okay? I absolutely loved it, honestly. I feel like the time of your reses was great. Apart from, obviously, the Sigma one at first point, which we talked about, which is all good. And your Valks as well. The majority of your Valks were really, really great as well. I really enjoyed them, Fluffy, alright? My main piece of advice to you though, and my first thing is your positioning, okay? This might just be a kind of map specific one of Circuit Royale, because with Circuit and like Havana and stuff like that, we have to play our cover really, really like closely, and we have to like play like, you know, really close to pieces of cover. And there was a few times where we're just not okay. Make your GAs extremely direct from one piece of cover to the other, so we're not kind of like just hanging about in the middle, okay? Because there's a few times where we kind of like just end up hanging out in the middle, and if the Widow was seeing you, then bam, your head's off, okay? with reses, going back to it, remember we don't need to super jump res all of the time, okay? Sometimes there are better ways to get off the res. And although, yes, the super jump res looks really, really cute and, really cutesy, okay? It's not a necessity all the time. There's certain times where a GA cancel just with the res is a lot safer and a lot better for you, for your team. So my biggest piece of advice to you with a res is don't just go straight looking for them super jump reses. Look to see, okay, what's the safest way I can perform this res, and then go with that. All right. The final thing for me, Fluffy, with you is I feel like you have got this like little bit of duo syndrome. It got a lot better as we got on with the game, but it was very, very prominent in like certain areas where, we're kind of like just looking after our DPS and our DPS only, okay? Just make sure that we're still looking out for our tank. Remember, we're running that AlphaAli Mercy. So with AlphaAli Mercy, it means that we have to, we do have to go and peel for our tank a lot more, especially if the pylon's down or our tank extends over the pylon, or the pylon gets chucked randomly on the middle of the floor, because that happens. So just if you can, try just kind of work around your team a lot more. Be sure, even if it's just a sling in, sling out to go and help someone, alright? I don't play on this map as often as others. I just feel like I'm adjusting to the pace of the game, because everything above Diamond 2 is a complete different environment. Yes, honestly, it is, like, it's really weird to, like, there is, like, this really weird step up in pace, I feel like, and it happens twice. It happens once when you get to about low Masters level, I'm gonna say, it starts it starts ramping up the pace, and then another one when you get to about Masters 1, like, the GM kind of levels, there's another extra pace on top of that, okay? So you being proactive is as, you need that as much as possible, which I feel like you did really, really well. There was just certain points where we weren't prepared for, like, certain dives or, like, that kind of thing, okay? So, being, like, a little bit more proactive. But other than that, Fluffy, you played absolutely beautifully. Just make sure you're helping a little bit more of our team and just kind of really work on our positioning. But yeah, just once again, thank you so much for on YouTube as well as on Twitch that have been watching this. You guys can get your own VOD review. I'll talk about it at the beginning of the video, so if you guys want to, get one, then you're more than welcome to. But yeah, just once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!